Friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make videos for my channel Learn to Earn More. The videos are based on the premise that I can provide a thought process to young entrepreneurs who are either in business or are wanting to enter business. My inputs are like seeds in the mind which needs to be grown, which needs to be germinated. And the person who is to germinate them is you and your own self. Today, I will be dealing with some startup actions which you need to do just before starting a business unit. It's kind of a pre-starter checkups. I may have said some these before also, but still I want to remind you about this once again. First, we will talk about finances. You must have a bank account. You must be able to know exactly the installments which you have to pay every month. What are your financial dealings going to be every month? How long can you sustain without the inbit receivables? Though it always takes time. Do you have a provision for that? Or you will be stuck because of the finances. For that, you have to take loans. You have to see the interest rates. You have to see your ability to pay the monthly installments. Your action should be such that you enjoy a good credit rating. A good credit rating ensures that investors trust you, the institutions trust you. Then you should be able to look at the working capital aspects. Do you have sufficient working capitals? If you feel your incomings are after 2 months, for how many months you should really have your working capital? If I was there, I would possibly do it for a longer time because payments do get delayed, but your expenses keep going on. You cannot stop your own expenses. So working capital has to be worked out very well, which also includes the terms, conditions of the money which you have lent out. Budgeting, again, how have you budgeted everything? Every aspect of the component of the business has been looked after. It should not happen you are over budgeted or under budgeted and the revenue generation starts suffering. After doing this is the general listing. What is going to be your pricing policy? How are you going to price your items in the market? Are they competitive? Are they below competition? Are they unrealistic? Because till you do not have that, you may land up into trouble. So you have to see pricing policy does not price you out of the market. Also, it remains competitive announced. Next comes is insurance. Have you taken the insurance for various aspects, various things of the business, fire insurance, flood insurance, or the insurance, liability insurance, which all are required. Have you taken them? So you need to take them around. So that is the general reminder to you for the finances when you start the business, and also keep that in mind. Always you need to be careful on these points. Then now comes this HRD. First you have to define the positions. You have to make the job specifications. You have to create an organization. Then you have to start recruiting. How do you start recruiting? Do you recruit from other industries? Do you take referrals? It should not happen your positions remain vacant or there is a lack of talent which you don't have with this thing. How do you attract talent? Do you attract in part-time or the full-time? You have to see. Next is the policy. How are you going to compensate your staff? Are you going to give them other benefits? Are you not going to give them benefits? Are you going to just keep them on minimum wages? So you'll have to see that very, very carefully, because it should not happen that you start losing out talent. Then starts, how many people are you going to keep on the roll? How many people you are going to outsource? And as and when, do you have a consultant who's going to come and help you to come over the difficulties, or help you to grow, to look after, to run the business? So these are the various things which you have to do, because mind you, you are wearing one hat and the works are plenty. So you have to do that. Then terms and conditions. What are the terms and conditions of the employability? You should not face a legal problem later on, and then all you have to do it is a proper employment letter giving out the contract details. Many have gone to the labor courts to complain about the breach of terms and conditions. Then next comes is training. You need to train your workers. If you need to train your workers, how are you going to do it? What are the problem going to be in this training? You need to start the training much before the production process. So that process you have to see. Then you have to see the office. Do you have office to have all the documentation? Because you are entering into legal contracts with a lot of people. You need to have a regular check on the outflows of the salary and other wage administration. So you need to just be careful on that. Next we come on to production. Production means installation of machinery. How do you get the machinery installed? Machinery installed requirements are given. You have to follow those requirements. They were given, all this has to be done. Next is trial runs. You need to conduct trial runs. Trial runs are conducted on certain production parameters, and those parameters have to be either from the owners, consultants, or you have to get them somewhere and all this thing. Quality control at all stages of production. Mind you, when I'm talking of production, it is also applied to a lot of other call centers. It also provides to small businesses where quality control at all stages is essential for your greater acceptability of the product. Then you need to have a test lab certifications, because they are sometimes required for getting orders. If you don't have them, well, you are at a disadvantage. Okay. Next comes as defects. How do you get the defects in the machinery breakdown time? Do you store the spares? Do you go to the original manufacturer? All these you need to keep it in mind. How about your equipment? Do you need to preserve equipment? Certain temperature conditions, or because equipment is expensive, so you must have knowledge about the preservation of the equipment. How are you going to preserve the equipment? Then comes the safety. Safety of the equipment, safety of the workers, which are of extreme importance for the efficient functioning of your production unit. Then comes storage, warehousing, and dispatch. Again, these requires a bit of a thinking, and you need to plan them while you are doing this thing. After this comes as service contracts. Service contract for machinery, for office equipment, and any other service which you are you will be requiring, Jackie. This is what we have done for the this thing. So these are some of the ideas. It also includes now sales and marketing, which includes identification of customers, trade channels, revenue streams, MOUs created in writing with their distribution channels. What are the terms and conditions going to be for your returns, tariffs and charges, discounts, payments? So all this you need to keep this in mind. These are certain guidelines which I have given you, which you need to keep in mind while you are trying to run a business. Mind you, these are a constant thing, but in a pre-start stage is very essential to create the full structure. Let's hope. If you require more information, knowledge, do register on my website www.trainforfuture.com. Would be happy to help you with free guidance. Thank you.